How's it going, Dolphin fans? It's your man JT coming at you, rocking the old school football shirt because last night, we finally had some actual real football to talk about. The preseason is here. The Dolphins took on the Buccaneers and lost in a final of 26-24. But of course, the good news is wins and losses in the preseason don't matter. That's not what you're really looking out for. Really, you're just trying to see some good, notice what the bad stuff is. Even then, you can't take everything too seriously. It's just preseason. That could all change by the next preseason game and so forth and so forth. But you just want to see improvements heading into that week one. So by the time the NFL season starts, you feel like you're playing your best football and you're ready to go out there and give it all. Also, a lot of the young guys and backups get in here and play so you can kind of see what the future of the team looks like. And also who's going to get those final roster spots. So let's talk about some of the bad. I thought the kicking game, as we've kind of heard throughout training camp, could get a little bit better. I mean, Jason Saunders, he only missed one kick, and it was a 53-yarder, which isn't the easiest kick in the world. So I'm not going to, harsh on him too much about it. It kind of is what it is. I thought he bounced back nicely. I would have liked to see maybe a few kicks from Greg Joseph if it's supposed to be a battle. But maybe next preseason game or something like they'll do it where, Joseph gets all the kicks or something like that. But pretty interesting. I thought, that was a weakness, but not a huge deal. Also, the backup defense, particularly the third and fourth string defense, really struggled. I didn't think it was good at all, especially that last drive. I mean, it was basically completion, field goal, and the game's over. So that's why you can't take these losses too seriously because, you would have had starters in there, even though they gave up some points themselves, no doubt, and have some things to work on. If you had a Rashad Jones in there, Cam Wake, Minka Fitzpatrick, who played really well today, you don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it would have been different because also Bucks would have had their starters, but again, it's a totally different conversation that you're having all of a sudden. But definitely, if you're on that third, fourth string defense, you didn't make a huge argument today as far as why you should make the team. So, but some of the good that I thought, Minka and Jamone Baker, the first and third round picks, played really well. They were all over the field. Definitely probably maybe the stars on defense of this game. Minka had a great pass breakup at one point, and then he followed it up on the very next play with a big hit. Baker was just really solid. He seemed to always be on the field, ready to make tackles, ready to make plays. The second round pick, Mike Gesicki, he also did okay. He was wide open for a touchdown in the end zone, but the quarterback overthrew him. So, he kind of did his job as far as that goes. Even all the way when you talk about rookies, the 6th and 7th rounders like Cornell Armstrong, Quentin Poling, I saw him on the field making a couple of plays. They're trying to, of course, win some of those final roster spots as well. So all in all, I thought Miami's rookies played really well. Something nice to take from. Tannehill was back, and then he led one drive. That was it. He was 4 of 6 and got into scoring position and missed the field goal. Not terrible. I mean, obviously it could have been better. The drive stalled out, but it's, the first preseason game, his first drive back in a while. So, he didn't go out there and, throw 2 interceptions or something. So it could have been a lot worse. I thought it was a pretty solid performance by him. And lastly, I thought the wide receivers really stood out. And the commentators at one point said, they lost kind of that big number one 100-yard catches a game guy, Landry, but they have so many weapons that at any moment could step up. And that's true. You saw at times Danny Amendola was making a play, or Albert Wilson. Later in the game, you saw guys like Francis Owusu and Isaiah Ford. Jakeem Grant was almost there for 2 really nice catches. Unfortunately, that didn't count. And again, Gesicki, who could have had a touchdown. So lots of receiving options, I think, for the Miami Dolphins. You don't even talk about it. Kenny Stills, who didn't really play. If Devontae Parker did play, I didn't see him. So I think that's a really good plus and something great for Tannehill to have back when he comes, coming back from injury. Sometimes, a great elite number one wide receiver is good, but if you only have that, then you saw the Dolphins' offense wasn't great because it was too dependent on Landry. And I feel like this year, at least, they can spread it out. They can get it to all different types of guys. So that was really good. Bryce Petty led, a game-leading drive towards the end that I thought was really solid with 2 passes to Isaiah Ford, 1 for a touchdown, 1 for a 2-point conversion. So I thought he really did a good job and made the argument that he should probably be quarterback number 3, if not quarterback number 2, especially with Osweiler, who struggled, kept getting the ball deflected, even though he's, like 6'6" or something like that. And he never scored. David Fales had 1 beautiful pass, so I still think David Fales is probably your number 2 as things stand right now. But all in all, I thought it was a pretty good game. Like, I was fine with it. It was, yeah, we lost, but it doesn't really matter, particularly since you were counting on fourth string and third string defensive guys. But I saw good things to take from the game. I saw things that I'd like for them to improve. And ultimately, it's preseason. It is what it is. You can't lose any sleep over it. But let me know what you guys thought. Well, who do you think had the best performance from week 1 of the preseason? And I will be back with more Dolphin videos. Peace.